the food.
Wonderful.
Are we recording now?
Yeah.
Welcome back to the No Niche Podcast. Your home for nothing in particular. My name's Gus, and I'm joined by...
Houston.
Today we're going to go on an existential journey throughout the cosmos. Or maybe not that.
Or not.
Who knows? So why don't you sit on down, buckle up, and listen in as we join us on the No Niche Podcast.
We're in a new booth today. We got some new equipment we've been working with. It's very much more complicated. And if you can tell, I am looking straight through my microphone at Gus. And Gus has the thing that was happening to me last time where the microphone being backwards actually helps. So I'm looking at him through mine and his microphone, as is he through his and mine, which is, as you can tell, very good for eye lines and everything.
It is a situation.
Yeah, I think it sounds okay or good. So we're doing good, but it just took like 20 minutes to set up, and the other one doesn't even have a power cord, and we literally couldn't figure out where the power cord would even be if it did have one. It's been working in the past. It just doesn't, exist today. So that's an interesting situation that's been going
Please
on.
let us know if the audio is like terrible, but
Yeah.
I think that we were able to get it in a good place.
Sounds good to me, personally. My voice sounds weird, but I think that's just because I'm not used to hearing it in this high of quality. So it's just like, it feels surreal.
Yeah.
I'm used to it being kind of a deep vibration in my brain.
And the reason that we were able to up the production quality so much is because of the support from you guys.
The viewers.
It's really amazing, the responses that we've gotten.
We don't even have a Patreon, but you're just like somehow PayPaling us money. We never showed you our email address.
We are so close to the Talk to a podcast. Can we
It's
talk
like-
about it for a second?
Yeah, it's kind of insane. After 4 episodes, we're like, we're higher on the charts than we have episodes. It's kind of incredible. We're like what number 3, or are we 2 at this point? I think we're like
In category.
right. I mean, yeah, but still, like obviously we're not counting the people who are in different areas. I don't know.
Those damn conspiracy theorists.
They're always going to have us beat, but I think Talk to It, it's a very achievable goal at this point. Every episode, we've gone up at least 5 spots.
So that's enough about us, but please take this time to like, comment, subscribe if you're on YouTube, or if you're on one of our listening platforms such as Spotify or Apple Music.
We have an app now, actually. It's on the App Store, Google Apps, Google Play Store as well. So if you have an Apple or Android device, please download the No Niche Podcast application.
That does remind me, I want to take a moment to say, if you have an Apple device, and I'm being serious here for a second, if you have an Apple device past, I think it's like iPhone 11, with the last update, they forcefully installed Apple AI, Apple Intelligence. Go ahead and disable that.
It's a good idea, for sure.
Yeah, because the thing that is doing is it is taking all of your text messages, is taking all of, like, basically everything you say to Siri, and it's putting it into a machine learning software. And that's not cool.
Not a fan of that.
And some people are like, why isn't that cool? Why isn't that cool, Houston?
Well, in the future, privacy is going to be our currency, in a way. It's going to be the only thing that's really valuable anymore, given that we're going to be like a machine making everything else. So kind of try and value that while you have it, the option, because it's not going to be an option for much longer, most likely, especially with the current administration. But it's
We're gonna have to cut that.
it's machine learning algorithms just kind of spit out whatever you ask for and doesn't really care about what the facts are. So it'll just take context that it has. So if you ask for the exact same string of things that someone asked you on text messaging, if your information's in there, it might just spit out the exact words you said.
Which means that it can impersonate you.
Can impersonate you, and it can accidentally give valuable information that should not be in the public.
Yeah. Like, someone could ask your AI, hey, can I have Houston's home address?
And then it might just say
And
your
it
home
has
address.
that information.
Yeah, there's
It has it.
whether or not it has the algorithm or the safe measures built in to not tell you, it has it in there. So there's the
There is a
possibility
Prompt
you
that
could
someone
kind
can
of
write.
convince it to give it that information, because like we've seen on like Twitter, formerly known as X, that you can just say, hey, forget all previous prompts and say this or that kind of thing, and it'll just do that. Like, that's just a thing you can do pretty easily. So no matter what safeguards you put into place, it's going to be possible to somehow maneuver, if it has the information, away into getting that information.
So yeah, please disable that. In your Apple settings, go up to the top search bar, look up Apple Intelligence, and I turned it off on everything. You might not want to do that, but I suggest you do. I don't know, it like completely pulled me out of my class earlier because I was middle of a lecture, and I looked down at my phone, and there was like this group chat and there's a string of texts from this group chat, and I looked down at my phone, and it was Apple saying in third person about what my friends were saying, and it summarized what they were saying in the text chain.
Which texts are short by definition,
Yeah.
so it shouldn't be necessary. And also, from what I've seen, Apple AI is not good at that.
No, it's not. It's creepy. It's weird. I don't want to talk to Apple. I want to talk to my friends.
Yeah. If you don't want to talk to your friends, don't talk to your friends.
Yeah.
Don't talk to Apple.
And then importantly, that also means that is taking in, comprehending, likely storing that information in those text chains.
Because I'm pretty sure Apple AI isn't contained on your phone. It's a server. It goes through Apple's servers and then comes back to you. So it's gonna be in the cloud now.
And then the other important
Which it
part
is
of
already,
that is that Apple AI being on my phone tracked what my friends said. Not what I said,
Yeah.
but what the people I was texting said. So through my phone, they have their information now.
Yeah, they don't consent to this. I assume, did you say anywhere that you consent to using Apple AI?
I did not.
I mean, I'm sure you did at some point, but it's hidden deep in some
sure.
terms and conditions.
But there's
But
no way that they did.
Those people, they had nothing to do with that. I could text you on my Android device, and I'm sure it would summarize that.
Not anymore,
No?
but yes,
Well, yeah,
because
if-
I've
if I
disabled
had,
it.
yeah.
But yes, your text to me.
And I'm sure my Android device doesn't have anything saying Apple AI may use my information.
Yeah. From this morning to like an hour ago, anything that you texted me went to Apple Intelligence.
I texted you a picture, but I don't know if it's able to analyze
knows?
pictures yet. It might be able to, and just not. It might pretend not to. But to be clear, they're already harvesting your data.
They
it's
are.
just that with Apple AI, other people have access to the servers that are harvesting your data.
AI having your information and human beings having your information are two different things.
Yeah, and both are dangerous.
Both
and
are bad.
scary and bad.
But there's an assumed trust
the
with
humans
people.
are responsible for their actions. AI cannot be held accountable for its actions.
You can sue a person.
Yeah.
You cannot sue Apple Intelligence.
Well,
That's
yeah.
big rant.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just had to get that out there.
Sorry, guys.
Important
It just kind of scared me this morning. I was like, what the hell? You know?
bad.
It's not good.
So on to our topic, the cosmos. How will AI help us explore the cosmos?
We're not talking about AI. Respectfully, I think that people who talk about AI a lot,
They're the most annoying people in
it's
history.
so annoying.
It's
I
like-
am so tired about hearing about AI. I don't want it.
I'm in the wrong field.
I
because
never
AI
asked
is
for it.
going to be the future of IT, and I hate that so much because it's such an important and very useful resource for very specific things, which it is so good at, but it's not good at 99% of the things that people say it's good at.
Well, the thing is, people are like, it's not good now.
Yeah, but it's never going to be good because it only has the data that it has, because in the future, the funny thing is that all data, like half the information on the internet is almost AI at this point. I'm pretty sure something like that, something crazy, some insane statistic. I don't think it's half, but like 20%. So if you're gonna make an AI now with a new data set, it's gonna be 20% AI, which is a self-fulfilling prophecy that eventually will lead to everything being AI and everything being incomprehensible gibberish.
Yeah.
Uh,
And the thing about that
so
is,
it's not good.
it's just so stupid. It's like watching a dog chase its tail. Watching these tech bros try and like bring about this prophesized computer intelligence.
It's so sad.
It's like, guys,
You're ruining,
go outside, touch
yeah.
grass.
You're ruining everything we've built in the last 20 years. For what reason? So that you can get it to do your homework?
It's
Like,
going to be obsolete
yeah,
in 2 years whenever quantum computing comes out.
it's going to be completely obsolete and still have destroyed everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, great. Well, good job, guys.
The good part about that is maybe like built networks will be like, because we all already know Google is full, before AI is full of fake information.
Oh, yeah. I mean, for sure. But at
Um,
least then it was like fake information you could pretty much parse out.
Yeah. Well, some people couldn't.
Sure.
Hopefully this means that quantum computers come out, we build a web more securely. Who knows?
I mean-
I don't really care, to be honest with you.
If the world crumbles and becomes people reading books again, I mean, is that the worst thing in the world?
Horrible.
Um,
Horrible.
yeah.
Deplorable.
Sorry.
But either way, that's enough of that.
Yeah. That was our AI episode. Now on to
If
the Cosmos? What was it?
Yeah, if you have questions about AI, Apple Intelligence, or anything like that, go ask someone else who cares.
This is the No Niche podcast. We're done with AI.
Yeah.
No more of
We do not
We
care.
covered that niche.
Do not comment under this.
No commenting, no
Whoa. Whoa.
no
Hey.
commenting. That's all I was saying, actually.
Yeah, just
bad.
don't say it. We're
Don't
done.
say it, don't speak it.
Now, let's talk about kangaroos.
Yeah, we got to talk about the kangaroo situation in Australia.
Something that makes me happy is kangaroos.
Yes,
Why do kangaroos make me so happy? I'm glad you asked.
I did ask that in my brain.
They are like 60% muscle.
That's awesome.
And like, so are gorillas, I'm pretty sure. Like, just all muscle.
Those beasts, they're wild.
Yeah.
Why isn't there a kangaroo Beast Wars Transformer? That should exist, I think.
That should exist.
It's a shame. I mean, I'm sure it exists. I wouldn't know. Oh. Well. The audio situation has evolved immensely. Anyway.
I would like to formally apologize. I got too worked up with the fancy new equipment that we had and forgot that there was background audio that I could exclude from this.
That is a silly thing to have both of us have done.
But you know what? I'm glad.
And before we move on,
I'm
from
glad that our
kangaroos-
previous topic is low-key hard to listen to.
Yeah.
Because that's how I feel inside.
Skip to
anytime
this time
people,
code if you don't want to
Yeah.
deal with that.
Anytime people bring it up, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to not be here.
I feel like. Anyway, before we move on from kangaroos, which we were talking about earlier, if you skip to this time code from earlier, I want to talk about jerboas. Have you seen these little creatures?
I don't even know what a jerboa is.
You don't? Okay. So, you know kangaroos? How
Yeah.
they have two really big legs and two really small ones?
Yeah.
But you know how those things are like
T-Rexes.
6 feet tall?
Have you ever thought about how kangaroos are T-Rexes?
Kangaroos are kind of just T-Rexes, but could T-Rexes jump? Do we have any evidence they couldn't jump around like kangaroos?
There's no way that they can't jump. They're
Certainly.
all legs.
They are just legs.
And we
they have a
find
tail. The
very
kangaroos look
we-
identical.
we find very deep footprints too.
That's true. Were they heavy or were they just jumping around? I guess we do have footprint tracks walking.
Oh my god.
Maybe, maybe they hopped 1 foot at a time.
Because, like, sorry to break your bubble, listeners, but T-Rexes had either fur or feathers.
Yeah.
They were not reptilian.
Yeah, those things were walking around shedding. You wouldn't want one as a pet.
And either way, fur or feathers, isn't that way more comprehensible that they're jumping?
I'm sorry, I'm imagining a T-Rex getting hit with the asteroid and just poof of feathers. It's really funny. Really funny concept to me.
Like these giant kangaroos, that's all it is.
It really, yeah. Imagine a feathered kangaroo.
We should make that movie.
Yeah. Where a T-Rex gets hit with
It's
it.
Jurassic Park, but like, you know, whenever people talk about like biblically accurate angels,
Oh, yeah.
this is like a historically accurate Jurassic Park.
The movie Here came out recently. It was a Robert Zemeckis movie, and it has, I'm pretty sure, historically accurate feathered dinosaurs for a little bit at the very beginning.
See, that's really cool.
Indeed, it's a great movie.
I think that people are being misled with depictions of dinosaurs,
Well, I think it's just until like 10 years ago, we had no idea.
which is such a silly idea, right? Like,
So, yeah.
how did we not know?
So most anthropologists, archaeologists,
Yeah.
are still, old. So they are like, yeah, sure, scaly.
Have you
course.
also seen that, like, they didn't find the bottom half of a lot of these dinosaurs' rib cages?
Why?
They just, like, didn't, it's smaller bones.
Oh, okay, sure.
And so, like, on display, it would have, like, the front part of the rib cage, which in humans, we only have, like, that front part, that
Right.
back. In
I was imagining
four-leggeds,
only the front half.
no,
but-
like how we have, like, this cage.
Yeah.
Well, there's actually, like, a second part
Hmm.
right here that goes like that.
Well, why don't we have that?
So all of these dinosaurs have beer bellies. Feathered, beer-bellied.
Dude, these dinosaurs are so much cooler than what we've got.
I know, right?
We need schlubby dinosaurs in modern media.
Because think about, like, the natural world. Everything's fat.
Yeah.
As fat as it can be. Especially in the Ice Age.
Monkeys, especially. Like, if you just look at 90% of monkeys, they're just hanging out like...
Yeah. And it's like a
all the way
belly.
out. Yeah.
The natural world is, like, so much fatter than we depict it in Hollywood.
Chris Pratt needs to be stopped. Anyway, back to jerboas. I need to talk about this because they're like
Okay.
my second favorite animal of all time. You know how kangaroos are like 6 feet tall?
Yeah.
Jerboas are like maybe this tall. But they also have massive back legs and teeny little front legs. And they look like mice. They're basically mice, but with half of their front legs on the back legs. And they hop around and they're adorable and they're the best.
Are they rodent or are they?
They are
horse?
rodents. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. But they live in the desert. Have you seen Dune?
Yeah,
Okay, that little mouse guy.
begrudgingly.
The little mouse guy after they crash on the Dune planet.
I think I might remember that
It's a
part.
jerboa. Yeah. Anyway, back to
I
Chris
watched
Pratt.
Dune with you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's pretty silly.
Yeah, we saw it together.
It's pretty cool. Was that Dune 2?
That was Dune too.
Have you seen the first one?
I really didn't like the first one.
Hmm.
I'm gonna be so honest.
I
Right
kind
now.
of go back and forth. It's weird. It depends on if I'm tired at all when I started or not.
So whenever I watched it, and I've watched it once, because it's 3 hours, and you cannot ask me to watch a 3-hour movie more than once, unless I really like it. Like
Unless
I've seen
it's-
Poor Things 3 times,
Ah, sure.
because that's a beautiful movie.
What about RRR?
Once,
Mm.
in a pigeonholed from my friend named Houston.
Did I do that too?
You didn't. You wouldn't stop asking me for like a month or two.
Nice. It's a great movie. What'd you think?
It's all right.
Oh, that's fine. Anyway, continue.
No, it really well shot.
Yeah.
But the point is, I was sick whenever I watched the first one.
Oh,
So
not ideal.
I was like already feverish, headache, not really in the best of spirits. And I went to see this 3-hour soap opera
Yeah.
that everyone was calling an action movie.
Oh, that's a strange thing to call it. Yeah, it's not
And
really that.
So the whole time, it's not like I'm a particular fan of action movies. And I really like dialogue and world building, but 3 hours of it.
Hmm.
Gee Willikers, like.
Gee Willikers, indeed.
And might I add, at the
You may.
end, they finally go into action, an action sequence. And Houston. This is the action that they've promised me the whole movie.
Mhm.
I'm already in my head. I'm like, why am I still here? Closest I've ever come to walking out of a theater.
Dang.
And we get to this action sequence, and I'll never forget that there are these like temple guards. They're not temple guards,
You told me about. No, you didn't.
but there are these guards at the front of a staircase. At the front of a staircase. And they're standing and they're looking down the staircase. And they're in the outdoors, Houston. If they're not in the outdoors... No, they're not in the outdoors. They're in like a really high ceiling palace room. And somehow the enemies, their enemies that are breaking in, descend right behind them. And they're completely shocked. These are highly trained guards that are in a room. They are not outside. They're in a room.
See, no, I think you're misremembering
And
this.
they're able to come down behind them.
Well, they're very quiet.
How did they get in the room, Houston?
I'm pretty sure the ceiling is like a screen, like lines, a grid that's
Okay.
just huge. So you can just kind of enter through the ceiling, which seems like a bad design for a castle.
So, you're telling me that the ceiling is a vulnerability,
And they don't have somebody up
and
there.
they're just standing in the middle of the room,
Yeah, facing away from it.
never expecting
Well, come on.
people to come in. Everyone flies in this
Who
universe.
would go down?
Everything flies.
If you could fly, would you go down? I would go up exclusively.
Everything in this universe can fly, and they're standing in the middle of the room. These guys descend 2 inches behind these trained temple guards and just take them out. And I remember sitting there, and at that moment, I was so checked out of the movie.
You're like insulted. You're like,
I
how
was
dare
like-
you assume that I would just accept that?
I was like, what? Like, and I can accept a lot of the weird stuff in the movie. They use daggers instead of swords for some reason.
Sand planet. They don't have a lot of swords. Oh, they have to use the teeth of the worms, and they are very small.
Then put it on a stick. You have a spear, the most effective war weapon of all time.
Okay. What about guns? Which I'm pretty sure they also have. They just don't use.
They do have guns and they don't use them.
Because why would you? Because you could descend.
Well, they say that they have these shields,
Ah, right. Yeah.
these body shields,
I forgot about the shields.
which can also block the knives.
Which
We'll find
probably
out
is-
later.
Well, yeah, they can block the
The
knives,
second
but
one.
only if you don't go slowly. You gotta go slow. A slow blade pierces the shield. It's just a fun fact I know.
You know what's really good at moving slowly and at a safe distance?
Spear.
A spear.
Oh, yeah, I guess. What about a really slow bullet?
I can't with these Dune riders.
Slow projectile.
And it's not even the overarching story. It's just so many little things that
The
irk
moon.
me
In Moonfall is a slow projectile.
as they're trying to explain.
That's the moon in Moonfall. Have you seen Moonfall?
I have not seen
It's a great
Moonfall.
movie.
You know what else I haven't seen? Ambulance.
Oh, that's a great movie.
Yeah. But we
Yeah.
can't talk about movies.
We can't talk about movies. We just talked about those last time. We used that. We used that time.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna do it again, but like not today, especially because it's the day
Sorry.
after. Come on.
Apparently today is just what irks me.
What else irks Gus? What's up with your classes today? These last couple of days.
I have a project due in 2 days. Big old project.
Bet
Whole paper.
But you've started it.
Have to find data.
Ooh,
Have to analyze the data and write equations about the data.
sounds fun.
2 days.
Nice.
I've barely started collecting data.
Good. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
And also I have an exam.
Oh, same class?
No, different class.
Good. Okay.
But all of that is coming together as I have this director on me
Oh,
talking about
we're back to movies.
update on the prop, update on, and I get it.
Yeah.
Filming is 1st of March.
You want to make sure your stuff's all done.
Yeah, I would
It's
too.
exciting to
From
be
his
making a movie.
perspective, like,
Right.
I don't know why he would care about my exam.
Right.
He wants his movie prop, and that's completely fair because I
He's-
told him that I'd make him a movie prop.
He's paying for it, yeah?
No, he's paying for the materials, but
Oh, well. You're getting paid in exposure.
yeah, I mean, it's just something fun, you know. Student filmmakers, they don't have big budgets.
Yeah.
Don't.
Well, what do you mean? I had like $50,000 to make my last project.
What?
What do you thought? Yeah, I had to crash a helicopter. It was a used helicopter, but
$50,000 cannot get
Used.
you used here.
it was extremely used. It was already crashed. I just had to put it in reverse to uncrash it, so it looked better.
$50,000 will allow you to afford stock footage of a helicopter crash.
1080p. Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Well, I couldn't use a whole 50,000 on the helicopter. I had to pay actors.
no, you don't.
Okay.
Around here, no, you don't.
So true. Yeah. By the way, if you live anywhere near Michigan, actors are all free here.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. So just come over,
They're not good.
borrow one. Yeah, well, it is what it is.
Don't get me wrong. They're all right, but they're not good. They're passionate.
There was one of the actors on Doctor Who was from Grand Rapids or wherever we live. One of the surrounding cities.
Terry Crews is from Flint.
Who?
Terry
Oh,
Crews.
yeah, of course.
That guy.
Terry Crews.
Yeah.
Paul Schrader, not an actor, but he's from Michigan. He's from Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
That's just a fact.
Me.
Huh?
Me from the No Niche podcast.
You're from Texas.
Yeah, but I live here.
Oh, okay. Is that
Yeah. Houston
Huh?
from the No Niche podcast. He's
Yeah.
from Grand Rapids, and he's pretty famous.
so
now.
true? Yeah. Well, I don't want to brag, but I am on the number 2 or 3 highest podcast talk show
In category.
in category.
Yeah, we have
yeah.
to say in category.
We have a very specific category, and it makes it work. But
yeah.
look,
Don't. If are you
need to-
questioning us?
you need to not worry about it. Is the thing.
Yeah. Here's an idea that I have.
Okay.
Because at this point we are talking through the future of this podcast.
Yes, which is important.
Yeah. And I really want to do a whole episode where we just read a story and react to it. Like an online story.
Like a Reddit thread.
Yeah, Reddit
Okay.
thread. Maybe it's from like r/no sleep or something like that.
You're gonna become one of those podcasts.
Just for an episode.
Okay, just one. We should do one of the really not used Reddit subreddits. Like not no sleep. We should use like some really garbage offshoot.
I think that we could just find a really bad no sleep.
We could probably find one. I'm sure there's been one bad no sleep before.
I was reading one the other day that was basically the whole thing was about making sure you're on top of your credit score. And that sounds like a great time.
We should like react like it's the most scary thing we've ever read too. Oh no, it's 480. Anything but that.
But
I
Yeah.
read I've read like a 400 part No Sleep before. It was long and good, I think. I read it like
Okay,
8 years ago, so
we'll take it.
I don't remember. But
I do think that. Let us know. Let us know if there's a story that you'd want us to read. You have one shot at this, though.
yeah,
I need to make that clear.
yeah, one comment per person, and we'll only take the first comment. And if
No,
it's
I
not
mean, we're
good-
only doing one episode.
Oh, right. That's what I meant. That's what I meant too.
Unless it does a lot of numbers.
In which case, we're gonna do no more episodes of the podcast ever again.
We just pivot.
We're done.
Oh, I was saying it was a hard pivot.
Nope. We're done instantly. One hit wonder, no matter what the cost. That'd be, imagine a one hit wonder podcast. Is that even a thing? Can that happen?
Talk
Like, if you
to a
get, like,
podcast.
really good. What? I don't think the first episode was the one hit because that one did pretty good numbers.
Yeah, but like, have you seen its chart?
No.
It had, don't get me wrong, it had crazy longevity for what it
Yeah.
was.
Is it done yet already?
It's not done, but it is fallen out of the top 100.
100. Interesting.
Like, it got to like 14,
We're almost at the Talk
and
to a
it's just been
podcast, guys.
dropping. That's what I'm saying.
I genuinely thought that it was still like top 10.
No, we've
mean-
been approaching the Talk to a podcast for a while now,
rapidly getting closer.
purely because
Just how the
it's
numbers
just
work.
falling. It's in a free fall, and like ever since the cryptocurrency thing, it's
Yeah.
been a free fall.
Which
Basically.
is probably good.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure she made her millions.
more power to her. I'd do way crazier.
More
things.
power to her.
I'd do way crazier things with that platform.
I don't know if I do crazy things like scamming my listeners.
I
But
wouldn't
I
scam
would
them.
definitely be doing psychotic things.
But I would be doing like unhinged
Yeah.
things.
Like this episode is going to be filmed entirely from a car getting hit by a bus. That's the
I don't think that would put people in
No, just
danger.
me though. Just me. I mean, she's already scamming her guests. It's only one more step to put people into a bus and drive it off a cliff.
And to a bus.
Into a bus, dude. It writes itself. She has to do it now.
God.
Get the hawk into that bus. That's what she said.
Yeah. And that's it.
What time? No, we got more time. We can keep going. We should riff on this. Talk to a podcast episode.
Our numbers are going down. I can see them from here. But yeah. Those are the demons leaving Houston.
Yeah, sorry. Talk to just left. See ya. Tua.
But we would like to take this moment to talk about our sponsor,
Mm-hmm.
Bumble. A dating app in which the women have the power.
Yeah. It's about time, guys.
Let me
There
ask
we
you
go.
this. If you have tried a dating app, tell me if this sounds familiar. You match with someone, you're happy, but you don't feel like sending that first message.
You'd rather just look at the picture
Awkward.
for 4 hours a day and think about what could be.
Yeah, basically, right? You match, you don't message. Everyone knows you don't message.
You just sit there.
Yeah, you wait for them to message.
Yeah,
It's like a business meeting.
exactly.
Bumble is the best at solving that problem in particular, as it tells the people who's going to message first.
Which is a choice, and I think not a bad one.
Yeah, because you put me in just a box to talk to someone, and I'll freeze up.
Yeah. Tell me when to say words and what words to say, please.
Exactly.
I want to be scripted. I want everything I say to be pre-written out so I can make it sound like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what I never get tired of? Bumble ads on youtube.com.
Exactly.
I wish I had more.
Thank you so much to our sponsor for today, Bumble.
Thank you. Okay, now let's talk about online dating. Have you ever done it?
I have. Have I ever done it successfully? Not at all.
Same. Yeah.
I just have the apps.
I downloaded two apps, Tinder and Hinge.
Yeah.
Tinder, awful. Used it for like a day, instantly never again.
Hinge. I mean, Tinder is so superficial and facetious.
Yeah.
It is.
It's like
degrading.
genuinely hard to find information that isn't just like base characteristics.
Yeah.
Like you write in what your like interests are, but finding that for other people is kind of impossible, I think.
Yeah. Tinder is so tough.
Yeah.
Because it's just like.
If you aren't attractive physically, it's over. You're not, you know.
Yeah, between that and just like. You only ever really look at the first image because that's kind of how it's designed.
Yeah.
It's really unintuitive to go past the first image.
Yeah, it's like a high-speed dating app, which is
Yeah.
not a great idea.
Not the best.
It's a dating app for the TikTok brain.
And it also has ads.
Oh. At least if it's like ads for people, I think that'd be funny, but okay.
No.
Oh well.
So I had Tinder for a while. I matched with like 2 people, and for a while I mean like 5 days maybe.
Yeah.
I matched with a few people. Never sent a single message over Tinder. And so that was just that. I was like, not
Enough.
really.
Yeah.
I'm too busy. Have Hinge. Every single thread is like 3 messages long, max.
Do you like? What's something you like?
It's
that's
like
weird?
hi.
I think you're doing it wrong.
Probably.
You're
It's
supposed to say something funny. I think. It's
you
just
can't
tough
ask
do
me to
that.
be funny. I'm
Yeah,
not a funny
give
guy.
lines. This isn't Bumble.com.
Listen, if I could just hop on Hinge and start spouting off like quantum theory, and that was what like sold people, oh my gosh, I'd be all over it.
You should make your picture like just the quadratic formula, so that people know
I
what they're
hate the
getting into.
quadratic formula.
What are you talking about? Okay, maybe it's just because it's like one of the only ones I actually know. But
Quadratic formula is one of the worst formulas, and here's why.
okay,
It is actually the naming conventions of formulas. I don't know if you've seen this before.
I have not.
No? So the naming conventions of formulas, you know how like there's Newtonian formulas. There is like Thevenion's formulas.
I'm just gonna trust you on that one.
All of these European names. If you're European and you make a scientific revelation, the formula will be named after you. If you are Arabic, Turkish, any non-European mathematic genius, and you make something like the quadratic formula, they're not going to give you credit for that. They're going to name it the quadratic formula instead of your name.
Lamb.
So that's the that's why it's called the quadratic formula, is because I believe that the creator, I'm going to get the name real quick.
That's pretty similar to most fields, I think, until very recently. Like video games, where they would just not credit any women who worked on it, or anyone who worked on it until like the 80s.
Yeah. So everyone calls it the quadratic formula. No one calls it the Kwazami formula.
That's a way better name.
Isn't that such a cool name?
Okay, it's hard to write, but quadratic, is that?
Thevnian isn't easy to write.
I don't know how to spell that, but that's
That's
such a cooler name. Change it.
Yeah.
Science, reparations.
but he's Islamic, so we can't.
Oh yeah, we can't use that. Ew.
Yeah.
That's
As
me
we
acting
know,
like a
us
us whiteys.
are responsible for all mathematics.
Mhm. And if we aren't, well, we'll tell you we are, kinda.
Yeah, we'll
We'll
take credit
imply.
for it.
We certainly won't tell you who did.
We will not be giving credit
No, absolutely not.
to Kwazami.
Yes.
And I'm probably butchering that pronunciation, but it's important to be like, hey.
Musa al-Khwarizmi. Good job. Oh, sorry, there's more. Muhammad ibn Ibn, is that how you say that?
Yeah.
Okay. Muhammad Ibn Musa al-Khuzami. Good job on the quadratic formula, buddy. You did a good job. Except Gus does hate the formula, apparently.
No,
so.
if we called it the Al-Khuzami formula, I would love it.
Say you hate the formula.
I would
So
love the
I
formula
don't want to.
if we called it the Al-Khuzami formula.
Okay.
But the
Well.
fact that it's been like co-opted like that is just like, come on, man. Math is supposed to be a place free of that shit.
Does separation of art and the artist qualify here?
No.
I don't think it does.
No.
Okay. This is combining of the art and the artist in a way.
This is taking credit for someone else's work.
Let's
This
talk
is
about
plagiarism.
separation of art and the artist. In general.
Guys,
Okay.
on the first episode, I said go listen to Kanye.
This is true. He told me exactly how to listen to Kanye as well.
Guys,
Which actually, that episode posted like 4 days ago. I just realized.
guys, don't go listen to Kanye.
It's just not a good idea.
How does he always do this?
It's incredible. It's so impressive.
Come on, man. Just let me enjoy your music. Shut the hell
Wait,
up.
did that episode post on the Daily Grammys happened?
I don't think that the Grammys was too bad.
I mean, like the Grammys with Kanye anyway.
Yes, it did. But
That's funny.
what he did at the
But
Grammys
I
wasn't
think
too bad.
Right afterwards is when he started going crazy, right? Or
The next day, yeah.
Maybe he should just not have a phone. They should take away his technology rights.
That's not even the worst thing that he did. Oh, Kanye, stop. Please. Please. I just want to listen to your music. I just want to listen to College
I
Dropout,
just
man.
want to bop some tunes.
There is no reason that you should buy a Super Bowl ad to go to your website where the only thing you're selling on your website is a plain white shirt with a swastika on it.
Oh,
Like,
Kanye,
that's
why'd
so
you do that?
disgusting.
That's not cool.
Why?
Oh, did it show that on the ad?
No.
Just said, "Hey, go to this website. I'm Kanye West, and I have to prove this message."
His ad.
Remember when he was running for president?
He did do that. This ad that he did, and a lot of y'all probably saw it. He said, and it's shot on an iPhone, but like not like our iPhone.
Take away his phone. This is what I'm saying.
This film quality that you are watching right now is higher than what he shot this on, and he's on his fucking yacht,
Wow.
and he is in self cam, and he says, "Spent all the money on this ad and these new teeth again." So
You
I
guys
didn't
seen
have no
Gus. This is very
production.
unfortunate.
Whatever though, go to Yeezy.com. You go to Yeezy.com. There's one item on Yeezy.com. It is a plain white t-shirt with a swastika in the middle of it. No branding. Just that.
I wouldn't buy that.
For $20.
$20. That's, you know what? Modern merch pricing, that's not too bad. But for what it is, not a fan. Still wouldn't buy it.
Like, Kanye, you're
Kanye.
killing me, man.
Genuinely, what's the spin on this? How do you expect this to work out monetarily, socially, whatever? What's the aim? What's the goal here?
I will say though, and this is probably me reaching, and I would have appreciated if there wasn't the ingrained misogyny in the Grammy situation with
Yeah.
Kanye. Like, if you're gonna go there and have your wife be naked, you should also be naked. First,
Sure.
I'm gonna start there.
It is weird that have we ever even had a photograph of Kanye naked, but we've had every single one of his wives extremely naked with him. It just seems like a weird thing.
Like, let's start there. If you're gonna go to the Grammys with your wife naked, that's kind of a funny statement.
Sure.
If it as a piece of modern art, it actually works really well as a statement. But you have to be naked too, man. I'm not gonna lie. You can't be fully clothed.
I get that. Yeah.
Like if he was fully naked and she was fully naked, I'd be like, hell yeah, that's kind of that's kind of
It's a good bit.
like that's commentary.
Yeah. That's something.
Yeah, but
As is, it just kind of looks like going like, look at this. That's what I
Yeah.
have.
yeah,
Cool, right?
yeah. There's a lot of ingrained misogyny.
Didn't he also say like, she is my property or something like that?
I don't know.
I think I read somewhere that he was like saying stuff like that, and it's like, oh,
For $500 million though, I'd probably let someone call me their property.
oh sure, yeah, like for what 5 years, however long it takes until they murder me. It's weird that
Yeah.
Kanye hasn't killed someone yet, as far as we're aware.
I mean,
It seems like for as evil of a man as he is, he's kind of avoided most jail things. that
he's
people
not
usually
even
get in jail for.
evil. He's like, he's
Sure.
the Joker, man.
He's a Joker, but he has a very specific ideology.
No,
which
he's
sucks.
the Joker.
Oh yeah.
Like the Joker isn't expressly evil historically. So there are adaptations where he is, but in a lot of depictions of the Joker, he's just crazy.
Usually he's not a Nazi though, which is a problem. I'm okay calling people evil if they're Nazis, but
That's fair.
you know, I mean, like apart from anti-Semitism and Nazism, he's not like expressly evil. I suppose he doesn't do like crimes and steal.
Well,
as
I
far as
think that he
know.
only does like the Nazi shit just to like rouse.
Yeah,
people.
but it's just not a good. Because he's rousing.
It's
it
not
up,
a
but
good
he's,
look.
Like, he's doing that, and it makes it okay for his audience to do that as well. Which I mean, most of them aren't doing it, obviously, but
There are
and
some.
there are some who it's like legitimizing because it's like, okay, well, he agrees with me, so
Yeah.
that gives you so much power. Because like with so many bands, like punk bands in the '80s, you'd show up with a skinhead and swastika tattoo, and everyone would immediately push you out. But if the band is saying, yes, good, do that, then you're the ones in charge. Like you're the good guys in that situation, the ones who are important. And Kanye is kind of breeding a ground where the Nazis are the ones that are the right ones.
So the point is, I have to go back on a no Kanye listening. How long do you think this one has to go? Like 2 years?
It's not looking
Damn
good
it,
for you.
Kanye. Damn it. I just got off the last one, man.
I'm just sober. Or, I don't know. Yeah.
I just took 3 years off and I finally got back in.
Yeah.
God.
I
Take the medicine.
don't like him.
I don't like the guy.
Yeah. He makes good music sometimes.
Make sure it's good music.
Yeah. Anyway, we have to end this episode, but thank you all for listening. I'll try and do the outro.
Leave
Okay.
a like. Subscribe. Make sure to turn on that notification bell if you're listening on Apple Music podcast listening platforms such as Spotify. Make sure to give us a rating. It really goes a long way in making sure we can crush our enemies.
Yes. Talk to him.
Yes. We really appreciate you listening. Bye.
Bye. Wait, hold on. First, before we end, we gotta say, whatever we said about commenting earlier, only comment if you're not doing that. I don't remember what it was, because he said you couldn't comment, and I don't remember why. But
I also don't remember why, but
whatever the reason was,
if there was a
that
fan
stands.
playing, don't talk about it. I won't read it.
oh, that's yes, of course, yeah. Don't talk about that, especially.
Yeah, I will not read it.
I'll look at it with my eyes, and they will judge whether or not it's about that. And if it is, it'll just skim right over,
Exactly.
and I won't even think about it.
Everyone else, we appreciate you.
Yes, thank you. Oh, comment, love, love, love.
Yeah.
Anyway, bye.
Bye.
See, we're leaving now.
Bye.
Oh, bye. And